Hello, everybody. My name is Mike Lagerquist. We're here at Vine Faith in Action, but today we're going down the road a little ways to the Blue Earth Nicollet County Humane Society. We've got Emily, the shelter manager, is here with us, and we're going to see maybe she can pick up and move around the shelter a little bit. I had the chance to get a nice tour of it several months ago, and it's a great facility. You were just talking. Susan Kroon was talking about changes and improvements that were looking to be made. So Emily, maybe you want to talk about if those have been made or if there are still needs, and feel free to get up and move around whenever you like. Take it away.
I think it froze on me.
Oh, okay. Am I back?
Oh, okay.
All right.
Yes.
Go ahead, Emily.
All right. Well, thank you for that introduction. So my name is Emily. I'm the shelter manager here at Benches. So basically what I do is I make sure that everything is running smoothly with staff and all the animals. We make sure that everyone's being taken care of properly. And here at Benches, so a little history, I guess. We've been around for over 50 years. We started off in just small little houses, worked our way into a building, and then we're now located off of 169, and we're in this newer facility, and it's quite nice. In the past year, we've had lots of updates for the shelter, which have been amazing. We updated our surgical suite, and we hired a full-time vet. So we can do spay and neuter surgeries for all of our animals before they go home. So when you adopt an animal from us, you know that they're going to be fixed. So during that surgical suite renovation, we got to have 2 surgical tables now so that we can work on spay neuter at a faster pace. Our vet can work on one animal, change their gloves, sterilize, and work on another animal. So it's pretty cool going through training on that. We've also implemented a new intake area. So when animals come into the facility, we have a separate area for them to come in. We do their vaccinations, make sure there's no health concerns before putting them into our general population. So that's really good to mitigate any spread of illness or disease or something that we may not see right away. And then looking forward to 2021, we have plans in place to expand our building. We're so excited. So we want to expand and facilitate new programs that hopefully I can share now. I don't think it's hush hush anymore, but we're hoping to open up a program to help spay neuters for other rescues. And the main goal is hopefully to open that up to people in the public eventually, of course, and offer that low cost spay neuters, because it is a little expensive, and we understand sometimes it's hard to have those finances, especially with the COVID going on. So those are our fun changes. We also are working on a new website, and we've changed our logo. So a lot of little marketing things are in place. So that is fun also. We really honed in on our new program last year about a food share program. Basically what that is we offer free food for cats or dogs based off availability. So anyone in the public can come to our building and they say, hey, I'm in need of food. We just have a little form for you to fill out. As long as we have the food, we'll give it to you. So that's just a way for us to try to help out the community, especially in these hard times. And as long as we have it, we'll give it. And I think I had a little brain fart there. So we are currently still taking in strays. We work with Mankato and North Mankato. We got contracts last year with those cities. So we're able to take in any stray cat or dog. We try to find its owner. If for some reason they're not claimed, then we put them up for adoption after their mandatory stray hold. So we're really working on getting animals off of the streets and trying to find them into their forever homes. And I think it's been great. We've been trying to help local cities as well that we don't have contracts with. So sometimes based off space, we can't take them right away. But more information is on our website if you ever see a stray animal. We are still taking in surrenders based off availability and space at the shelter. We want to make sure all the animals are being cared for and we're not going past the capacity for care. So we want to make sure every animal in the facility is getting the proper care. And by doing that, we have to make sure we don't go over a certain amount of animals. And we are still doing adoptions. Right now, adoptions are by appointments. And it's been going pretty smoothly. That way you can have more interaction with our adoption staff. And any questions, you would be the only people here during adoption. So that's been pretty fun too. So we've been able to operate a little adjusting, but operate as normal during these COVID times. So all information is on our website, which is benches.org, and BENCHS is an acronym, so it's BENCHS. And I think now would be a good time for a mini tour. However, when I do my tour, we're gonna look at dogs, and dogs are gonna bark. So I'm just giving that little notice, because it does get a little loud every time I do these little fun things. But we'll start off with the cats.
Okay.
Cats back on just in case people are out.
And Emily, I wanted to mention, I visit your Facebook page quite a bit too. And it's great to see photos of the adoptions in there. That's really a nice moment between human and animal.
Yes, yes, we have our Facebook page too. So if you are in social media, that's a great way to see updates. We always post updates about our fundraisers. We're hoping to do our kind of our sidewalk sale this summer. We post adoption photos, and we also post the stray animals there. So yes, Facebook is a great way to connect with the community and to us if you have that ability for social media. Thank you for mentioning that.
Yep.
Hey, here she goes.
Let me see here. Well, this is just a big room. This is our Apollo room. This is where we can do dog adoptions. Basically, we can have potential adopters come in and a dog and have that extra space to just run around. It's basically just an empty room. And then we have our cat adoption room. Oh, wow, this is harder than I thought. There we go. Same concept. Potential adopters can come and meet any cat, and we go in this little room called Buster's Legacy. That way they have more space. And then we have our cat condos. Let's see here. So we have 13 cat condos that vary in size, and we can have all of our adoptable cats up here. So right now we're a little low on numbers, but we got little Shelly in the window taking a nap.
Wow.
Also last year we built these white, totally sanitizable PVC board things for the cats to lay on. They have cute little holes to poke their head through. They have lots of vertical and horizontal space to lay and sprawl, because cats really do enjoy having different spots to lay in. The windows provide the natural light, and by every condo outside there is bird feeders that we fill with bird seed, because we like birds, and also cats love to watch the birds. It's something for them to do. We also repainted all of the cat condos. So fun fact here, if you don't know, cats can see hues of blue and purple. So that's why we chose those colors, and it really brightens up the room, and the cats seem to really like it. And it makes the photos really cool too. So just see if we can get some cats over here. Let's see if Wiggins and Cedar are up. Oh, so the little orange one there is Wiggins, and then we got Cedar down below. So this is kind of the nap time for all of the animals. We don't have many people in the facility, so it's quiet. It's nice for them to just take their nap all day until they get their nice feeding at night. This is our washroom. So we can bathe dogs and cats when they come in. Sometimes, especially when animals come as strays off from being outside, they are quite dirty, so we do wash them. And then we also have this little area is our intake area. Hopefully you can kind of see. It's just a room with a table and cabinets. That is where our animals come in. They come through a separate door to the building. We are able to do the initial intake to ensure that they are healthy before that we put them in with that general population. And then we have our laundry room. We probably do laundry 24/7. Right now it's not going, which is it doesn't happen very often. So we are caught up on laundry, which is great. And we also do all of our dishes and cleaning in our 3-step sink process. We do a lot of cleaning here at Benches. And then we have our quarantine rooms. These rooms are for animals that are sick. So I won't open the door because I don't want to just bring in the illness out here. But basically they are isolated and that they can be taken care of without spreading their illnesses. This is one of my favorite rooms. Oh, our vet's in there. I won't go in and bug her. But basically it's our surgical suite. I lied, I'm gonna go in. We're just doing a tour. Oh, cool. So you can see here, we got some kennels here. That is for surgery recovery. So after an animal is fixed, they can be placed in a kennel and we can watch them as they recover and wake up and make sure there are no complications. And we have 2 surgical tables and lots of fancy equipment, basically. And now we get to go to the dogs. They're gonna bark. So we have 18 dog kennels. Right now, 2 are reserved for any impound animal that comes in. We also have 4 kennels that are designated for isolation. So if they are sick with something, let's say kennel cough, that is airborne, it's basically having a cold, but it's very contagious to the other dogs. So we isolate them in a different area, similar to how we do our cats. We're all about mitigating any spread of diseases. In our dog kennels, we do have indoor kennel, and then they each have their own slab. So they have the opportunity to go outside without interacting with each other, but they can still see each other. And then beyond the slab, we have what's called the rocks, which is a giant fenced-in area for the dogs to run around in. And so it's kind of fun. Roxy's door is open so we can see what she's doing here. Let's see. Hi, Roxy. Oh, there's a barker. Oh, you okay, Nina? So we can see her door is open, so she has access to go outside, which is really nice on these nice days for her to do that. Hi, Roxy. Let's see, who's barking? We'll go see who's barking. It's Miss Luna. Miss Luna got adopted and will be leaving shortly here. She doesn't like that I disrupted their nap. There's Fluff. Fluff doesn't care if you disrupt him. He's our big old cuddle bug. Where are you, Fluff? There we go. He's named Fluff for a reason. He's all fluff. Hi, honey. You don't have to get up. Oh, and Elmer. Hi, Elmer.
Oh.
Elmer is known as like a wiggle butt. His tail moves all day long. I know you're going to need a toy. That's a good boy. That's a good boy.
Elmer.
And then our other rooms, we just have our pet kitchen, which is where we have all of our medications and our food for animals. We do a lot of treatments here. So if an animal is sick, sometimes they're on antibiotics for 2 weeks. They could also just be on a pain medication. Let's say if they did get surgery, they do get the pain medication for that afterwards. And we have a strict feeding schedule for our dogs and our cats. So it is a lot of knowing who gets what, and we have a whole system down for that. That was just a little mini tour. I don't know, do you have any questions for me?
And Donna, I did mute you again if you want to say anything, but what are the current needs for the shelter as far as things that people can do to help out, make sure that dogs and cats have what they need?
Yeah, that's a great question. So our needs are based off different times of the year. So we do post a wish list on our website, and I think on Facebook too, about certain supplies that are needed throughout the year. Right now we're coming into kitten season, which means we're gonna have an influx of kittens, and we need certain things like kitten food that does not have seafood, because kittens cannot digest seafood, and things such as warming discs. So when we get bottle babies in that don't have a mom, they still have a heating source. We also are in need of those little heartbeats. So if we have orphan kitties without mom, we do a makeshift mom, and we find a stuffed animal and we put in a little heartbeat so it beats like an actual heart. So that way they can have something that is like a mom. It's not the right thing, but it's something. So our needs of donations are definitely different depending the time of year, and that's all online. As for volunteers, right now it's a little tricky because of COVID. Right now we need to limit the amount of people we have in the building. So people can still volunteer. They can reach out and we can see if it works with the schedule. We are still taking in volunteers. It's just less than normal. All the volunteer information is on the webpage as well. We look for dog walkers, people that can clean our cat condos in the morning, and then general volunteers who can help with the little things, you know, laundry, paperwork, making folders, stuff like that. It really does help. Donna on the call here helps with socializing our cats. So even that is a big help. We love our volunteers and we love the community. And I think a great thing about our Mankato area is just how great we are about spreading information. So, you know, if you're not looking to adopt an animal, but you know someone, you know, you can even send them our way or say, have you heard of Benches? Or if they find an animal or can no longer take care of their animal, but they can reach out to us because we are here as a resource. We can give information or we can be that person to take them in. And hopefully that answers your question. That was a loaded answer.
And of course, cash is always good.
Yes. So we are a 501c3 nonprofit organization. So we are not owned by the government or anything. We're our own organization and we run primarily on donations. So if you have that donation, we love it. But items work as well. And so, yeah.
And what are some of your big fundraisers throughout the year? And are you hoping that you'll be able to get back into those this year?
Yeah.
Because don't you have is it a garage sale that you usually have
Yes.
in September?
We are hoping to do our sidewalk sale. So
Okay.
normally we do a big garage sale. And last year we were not able to facilitate that due to social distancing. This year we hope to do it outside again and do it as a sidewalk sale. The dates are still unsure. We're actually hoping to do it early spring. So hopefully in the next month or two, we can do that. And basically we have lots of items that we basically just sell like a garage sale. We also have a mini fundraiser coming up this Saturday, and it's our mask sale. So we have an influx of masks, and basically we're doing 3 for $10, and they were all made and donated by our volunteers. So that just little bit goes a long way. And then as for our other fundraisers, I'm not really in the know of it yet because it's still just seeing how the community is right now. We do make sure that we look at positive COVID cases and what's been going on in the area and make sure, is it safe to have an event or not? So we're really trying to be mindful of all those things, but we were still able to do our rose sale, which we have every year for Valentine's Day. And we hope to do our garage sale, and hopefully we can do our bowling fundraiser again. That was Pins for Paws, and that was an annual fundraiser started a few years back. We didn't get to do it last year, but hopefully this year we could do that. With fundraisers, we always post it on our website and Facebook, and yeah.
Has the addition of the surgery suite, has that enhanced your ability? I know in some cases animals couldn't be adopted out because there was kind of a wait list on the spay and neutering. Does that help that?
Yes, we've been able to do probably about 98% of our surgeries in-house in our surgery suite. So it saved a lot on costs. So we don't have to pay a clinic to go fix them or pay someone to go drive them there. I remember about a year and a half ago, before we had that addition to the surgery suite, we were driving animals all the way up to Minneapolis or Golden Valley, or, you know, quite a distance. And we would take about as much as we could fit in a car, get them all fixed in one day and drive them all back. And it's not really ideal for the animals, as it is a stressful day getting surgery, but also to have to travel and do all that. So now we're actually able to do most of the surgeries here, and we know the animals know us, they feel a lot more comfortable with it. And we've been able to stay on top of our surgeries. Before, there was a wait list on animals to get fixed, and now they're all being fixed right away as long as they're healthy. And that has been huge to get the animals out of the doors and into their homes. So it's been awesome.
And I know one of the perceptions that people have is that if an animal doesn't get adopted out, they are destroyed. But I believe, isn't Benches a no-kill shelter?
Correct. So Benches is a no-kill shelter, which means we do not euthanize for space or cost. Sometimes we do have to make that sad decision based off quality of life. Sometimes we get animals in that were hit by a car and there is not much you can do. So there are certain situations where we do have to help them cross the rainbow bridge, and it's not an easy decision and many people are involved in it, but we would never ever euthanize for space. Our animals stay here until they get adopted or find a different placement. We just adopted out one of our cats. He was here for 9 months. Now that is a long time for an animal to be here, but we just kept working with him. He's a very sweet cat that just kept getting sick. So he
was that, Emily?
That cat was Frankie. Frankie was the black and white teenage cat.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, but our usual length of stay, now you will have outliers, but our usual length of stay is usually around the less than 14 days. So animals don't really stay here long. Some of them will get adopted the first day they show up to our facility, and some animals have to stay longer due to medical needs or maybe a behavioral assessment. It's usually that medical stuff. When animals are placed under a stressful environment, it is more likely for them to get sick as their immune systems are quite down.
So basically, if somebody sees an animal on the website or on Facebook and they want it, they better hustle their butt down there.
Yes, yes. We have had to break some hearts. Sometimes people will all want the same animal, and yet the animal can only go to one home. So it's just finding that perfect fit and then hoping to find a different animal for that family.
Okay. Donna, did you want to talk a little bit about your volunteering down there and what you get out of it?
Well, I used to be a foster home for kittens, and I just loved doing that. And then I moved to an apartment and I can't have any animals. So I asked Emily if I could come down and visit and cuddle cats in their condos. So I try to come every Wednesday, and it's a lot of fun for me, and I get a lot of laughs from the cats, and I get very relaxed because you know how it is if you sit and pet an animal, it slows your heart rate, and so I get health benefits from visiting them. I guess I'd just like to say that Emily did a wonderful job. She's a well-spoken young woman, and I've been to the shelter a lot, but I'd never been in the dog area or had the other rooms explained to me so well. So it was very interesting, and I thank you for doing this.
Thank you, Donna.
What is your training, Emily? And what is your experience coming to Benches?
So I actually started at Benches about 4 years ago as an animal care technician, and I basically did a lot of cleaning. And then I moved to more of a medical role, and I helped out our veterinarian with surgeries, and I thought that was so fun to watch that. And then about a year ago, I took over the manager position. It was quite an interesting adjustment. I've been at the shelter, so working at a shelter is a very difficult job for your heart. It's a lot of compassion fatigue. you see all these animals and you work so hard to make sure that they are getting the best care they need and trying to find the best home for them too. So typically people don't always stay forever here. We get a lot of young staff members who are going to college and find new opportunities after benches. So for me to be able to stay here and see all of the changes and the improvements and all the plans for the future, it makes me so excited to be here and to just know that we are working towards better and better and better. And we'll never reach the top because there's always room for improvement, and we're always here for the animals. They're number one in our hearts.
Did you see an influx? I mean, I mentioned that I'm a recent dog adoptee or adopter the day before Thanksgiving. And I tell you, I wish I had done that at the beginning of COVID, because I live alone, and having that companionship is really a great thing. Have you noticed any kind of influx or different clientele because of the pandemic?
I say we've had a little bit of an influx with adoptions. More people, I guess, are staying home or have more time. The doorbell's going off.
Okay.
More time to be with an animal. So it is a great time to adopt, as long as your intentions are good, that you want the animal long term, because we may not be working from home forever, and thinking about the adjustment of when you go back to work and working on that, and making sure that the animal is not going to develop any type of separation anxiety. If the animal is around you 24/7 during the day because you can work from home, that's amazing. But once you go back to work or once you start leaving, the dog is going to feel very, very sad that you're leaving. So making sure that you do research, you can talk to your veterinarian, you can even reach out to us and see how you can make that transition smooth for them so that they're not 100% reliant on you. But I do think that we have had an influx of adoptions, and there's a fun little saying. It says, who adopted who? Who rescued who? Because there is lots of benefits for the people too, as animals are such loving little things.
Yeah. All right. Well, I don't know if I've got anything else. If people are interested, again, if you can go through the ways that they can contact you, the best ways to do that, and if they want to volunteer or anything else, how should they go about doing that?
Yes. So if you want to volunteer, if you want to adopt an animal, if you want to drop off a donation, our hours are very weird because right now everything's by appointment. Staff is here all day, every day. There's always staff here besides at nighttime. So our doors are locked. You can always come by and ring the doorbell. If you're looking to set up an appointment, everything is on our website, benches.org. There's different tabs at the top. So if you want to do adopt, there's an adoption tab. If there's a volunteer tab. So hopefully it's organized, easy for you to find out the information.
All right. All right. Well, thank you very much, Emily. I know you stepped in for Andrew, the executive director, but I will echo Donna's thoughts and thank you for a job well done, and for doing what you do down there at Benches.
Thank you so much for having me.
All right. Well, thank you, and have a good rest of your day. Thanks, Donna.
You too. Bye, Donna.
Thank you, Emily.
Thank you.